Hi everyone, Fox here with another video. This one is about some tips and tricks that may help you with hunting out in the field. Hope you enjoy. So I have a group of wild boar in front of me, as you can see. Just all females. I'm going to let them get close, and I'm going to take the furthest one out first before I take the one at the front. Because then it will be easier for a follow-up shot on the one at the front, obviously because it's closer. Now, also what I'm going to do is hold my breath on the second shot, not the first shot, because it's way more accurate. Watch this. And we ended up with a nice double kill. So just a little trick there to get easier follow-up shots. Again, you want to hold your breath on the second shot, not the first shot. And you also want to take the animal furthest out at the start, and then take the one closest on your follow-up shot. Have you ever been in a situation where you want to fast travel, but you can't because it says you have to wait before you can fast travel? Well, there's two options to get past this. One is to go to a high cliff or high hill and basically fall off and die. The other option is to actually just run off the border like this. So of course, when you run off the border, there'll be a time ticking down. You want that time to go down to 0, and then believe it or not, you should be able to fast travel back to the lodge or tent or wherever you want to go. But yeah, just a little handy tip there. Here we go, just in a second, you'll see that it will work. So now it's forcing me to fast travel, so I can pick either lodge. I'll go here. And look at that, we're back at the lodge. Didn't even have to wait 16 minutes. If you don't want to buy a wind indicator, this information that I'm going to give you is very valuable, especially if you're a bow hunter. All you have to do is just check your environment around you. So for instance, in timber gold trails, there's these yellow pine trees here. I don't know if you can see it clearly on the video here, but see these leaves that are slowly just falling down sort of from the right hand side to the left, sort of like on an angle. That is very, very useful information on which way the wind is going and also how fast it's going. Also, when it's raining, that's another really good time to check your environment out, because you'll find that that's when the wind will be blowing the fastest. That is also really bad if you're bow hunting, because obviously if you aim down an animal at like 30 meters, when it's raining, it's not going to be super accurate. It's going to blow heavily left or to the right depending on which way the wind's going, so I wouldn't advise for you to do bow hunting in the rain. Have you ever hunted in a situation where it's early in the morning or late at night and you can't see much? Well, I may have some equipment that will help you out. See how I'm aiming down the sights here, and my pins are very hard to distinguish from the background? Same as with this gun here. If there was a deer behind there, it would be very difficult to see and very difficult to line up with the crosshair. So, here's some equipment that may help you out. Just apply the scope for the pulsar bow and swap this scope out for the 2:6 by 26 rifle scope. This rifle scope here is fog illuminated, so it helps a lot in foggy conditions, as you'll see in just a second. See, look at that, that's much clearer in foggy conditions now. I can see my crosshair really good. The same as with the bow just here. Yeah, the pins are all illuminated up. They're all lit up. Look at that. Much better difference than what I had before. So, as you can see here, I've shot 3 pheasants. Now, if I shot an additional, say, 2 wild boar that fleed and I didn't drop kill, how would I keep track of them? Well, the easy way to do that is actually to use the single player chat. You can do this in multiplayer too. So if I put 3, now I know I have 3 harvests that I need to collect. So we'll move over and collect the pheasant. There we go. And now we just put in 2. So now we have 2 corpses that we need to harvest. And then you just go on until you count down to 0. You can also do this on spooked animals. So if you spook an animal, say on the Hunter Mate here, 23 minutes past 10, all you have to do is just count 11 minutes onto that time that you spooked it at. So if I spooked a wild boar now, or a pheasant, or whatever animal, all I'd have to do is go up to 34 minutes past 10, and that is when that animal will get out of spook state, and you should be able to call it back in. So again, we'll just harvest this pheasant here. And remember, just count it down. Now I've got 1 harvest left. And here he is here. And of course, we end it on 0. But yes, you can also do the time. So you just put 10:25 or something like that. And again, just count 11 minutes ahead. So it would be 10:36 is the time that a spooked animal should come in to the call again. Alright, marker flags. Have you ever wondered what use the marker flags are for? Well, I might have found one that can help you out. I've used the marker flags on the railway that's going across in Timber Gold Trail. So I have a white flag here. If I press the map. Unfortunately, the map's not loading in, but hopefully the icons do. Here we go. So as you can see, yeah, white to white, blue to blue, and yellow to yellow. So let me explain. So if I enter here, look where I am now, to the other white flag. So yeah, I think that's quite useful information to have, especially on the map, since it doesn't show you which location the entrances are for the tunnels. So you can use the marker flags. That's what I've found to be really useful for me anyway. That's it for this video. Remember, if you would like to see more content from me, you can always check out my Twitch channel. The link is in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching.